Thanks to some permit applications, we are now getting an understanding of what the Ionna network has been up to. Now, if you're not aware of what Ionna is, it is a newly formed charging network backed by 8 of the biggest automakers in the world, and they are claiming that it's going to be the de facto charging network for North America. So through these permits, we're learning where they're going to be opening some of these first stations and what chargers they will be utilizing at those stations. Today we're going to go over it, so if you want to find out more, then stay tuned. Hey everyone, it's the Ioniq guy. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. My name's Corbin. I cover all things Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis EV related. So for those of you who follow me on social media, then you already know this, but this past weekend, I drove from Seattle to Boston in an Ioniq 6 with only stopping to charge. There were 8 other EVs in the race as well as 1 gas car. So a few weeks ago, Kyle Connor of Out of Spec Reviews gave me a call and he said, hey, you want to join in on this race? And I said, hell yeah. So with 29 other people and 9 other cars, we did the drive and it was a ton of fun. I can't wait for you guys to see Kyle's video. I will be putting out my own video on the whole thing. I learned a lot about America's DC fast charging through this trip. I did more DC fast charging in 2 days than I had previously my entire ownership of my Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6. Make sure you're subscribed to Kyle's channels, Out of Spec Reviews and Out of Spec Motoring, to see those videos when they go live in the coming weeks. So thanks to these permit applications and some photos from PlugShare, we now know where these first 3 stations are popping up, and they're going to be in Plano, Texas, Houston, Texas, and Reynoldsburg, Ohio. So lucky for me, in PlugShare, there's already a listing for this location. But what I find most interesting is that the paperwork here says it is an Ionna Houston charging hub, but photos from around the area where the work has commenced say it's going to be a GO station. I've never heard of GO station before, so I don't really know what this all means because I figured Ionna is going to be branding these stations Ionna, but according to this paperwork here, it says the start date was August 1st, 2024 with a completion date of October 31st, 2024, an estimated cost of $1.5 million, and it will install 4 EV chargers for 8 parking stalls with a canopy, bathrooms, vending machines, security room, and associated utilities. It's going to have a total square footage of about 6,500, so pretty good size. And then looking at some of these photos, you can see there's a Starbucks right next door, so that's really nice to see. So one of these other pieces of documentation says 4 400 kilowatt DC fast charging dispensers. We'll get to that when we start talking about the next station though. This is kind of the dream charging station. We've seen this before with Porsche stations in Europe, with Mercedes-Benz flagship stations here in the United States. So this is really the dream, to pull up, be covered from the rain, be able to throw out trash, be able to get some snacks, use the restroom. That's all we really want as EV drivers, is to be able to get all these amenities at one single place. So it is currently October 2nd, so October 31st is coming up really quick. So I'm gonna keep my eyes on this station and see how it progresses over the next few weeks. But I do hope that we will see some press releases from Ionna about this new station if it is opening relatively soon. Okay, so now let's hop over to Ohio where we find out some really interesting information. So thanks to the permit application there, we are finding out that Ionna, at least at this location, is going to be using the new to the US market Alpitronic 400 kilowatt charging station. So I believe it was last week or the week before, Alpitronic made their North American debut. They're an Italian company and they've been in Europe for a while, and they are known to be some of the most reliable charging stations available. I think it's really cool to see an already established company moving into the US with a really good product. And Ionna seems to recognize that, so they're going to be utilizing Alpitronic. One of the big things about Alpitronic is that they have these various modules in their chargers, which you can use to adjust the power, or if one of them gets damaged, you can pull it out and swap in a new one. They use all silicon carbide components, so super efficient, super reliable. And what's really nice is it's a 400 kilowatt station, so if you're power sharing between the 2 plugs on that station, you're still getting upwards of 200 kilowatts per vehicle. So that is a lot of power. An Ioniq 5 or an Ioniq 6 or EV6 is still going to be able to charge in about 20 minutes or so. So with this location, it looks like there's also going to be a canopy. It looks like there's also going to be a small little convenience store. This location in Reynoldsburg is going to have 7 stations, and some of them are going to be pull-through. So if you've got a trailer hooked up to your car, no need to disconnect, just pull right on up. Now it looks like these stations are going to be installed by a company called Owl Services. I've never heard of them before, but it sounds like they work in petroleum as well as clean energy installation projects. I tried to look at meeting minutes for the Planning and Zoning Commission for the town, and I wasn't able to find anything specifically to Ionna. So this is really exciting to me. I can't wait to try Ionna in person. Hopefully it's going to live up to the hype that they are saying. With the backing of so many big companies, I gotta imagine it's going to be pretty decent. This is all very similar to Ionity in Europe, where a bunch of automakers came together and said, let's build a charging network. And as far as I'm aware, Ionity is the leading charging network in Europe. It's not like here in America where you have Electrify America, which was basically a spin-off of Volkswagen to punish them for Dieselgate back in the day. But regardless, it's always good to see new chargers coming online. So anyway, guys, stay tuned for more. If you guys haven't already heard, I am hosting a Cars and Coffee event at Palmer Motorsports Park on November 3rd from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's going to be a lot of fun. Raffles, you can drive on the racetrack there. It's a beautiful course. Key Hyundai of Manchester is providing some of those raffle prizes. I'll be giving away some of my products that you can find on my store at ioniqguy.com. So far, there's over 40 people already interested. So if you guys want to come, make sure you RSVP at the Facebook event linked in the description below. I hope to see you guys there. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. Check out my store at ioniqguy.com for accessories for your Hyundai, Kia, or Genesis EV. Consider becoming a channel member if you want early access to these videos. You'll also get a discount to my store if you do want to make any purchases. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.